Have you ever watched a woman walk into a room? Nothing flashy, no fresh haircut, no new procedure, and yet everyone's eyes just follow her. Like she's lit from somewhere within? You felt that pull before, haven't you? That quiet magnetism some women carry that has nothing to do with age and everything to do with something most of us were never taught. It's not surgery, it's not expensive makeup, it's not even the price tag on her outfit. It's something far simpler and far more powerful. It's how she pairs her colors. You see, most of us learn to pick colors we like, colors that feel safe, colors we've worn for 20 years without ever asking why they work or if they still do. But the women who look effortlessly expensive, the ones who seem to turn heads without even trying, they've discovered something you're about to learn right now, that the real secret isn't in a single color at all, it's in the combination. I've spent time studying exactly why certain pairings make mature skin glow, why some combinations soften the years while others quietly age you without you even realizing it. And today I'm handing you all of it. We're about to walk through 8 color combinations that don't just flatter you. They command attention, they whisper confidence, they make people wonder what your secret is. So stay with me, because by the time we reach combination number 7, you're going to see one pairing so striking, so unexpected, that you'll want to run to your closet the second this video ends. If you love feeling confident and radiant at any age, hit subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of thing we talk about here. Let's start with number 1. The number 1 color combination on our list is the one that makes women look effortlessly polished the moment they walk into a room. And the combination is navy and camel. You already own navy, most of us do, but have you noticed how tired black can make you look lately? How it seems to sit on your skin instead of lifting it? That's because as we age, our natural contrast softens, and stark colors stop flattering us the way they used to. Navy solves this instantly. It holds all the authority of black without the harshness, and when you pair it with camel, something almost magical happens. The warmth of camel reaches up and brightens your face while the navy quietly frames it. Structured, composed, unmistakably put together. I've watched women transform their entire presence with nothing more than this one pairing. No dramatic makeover, just navy trousers and a camel coat. And suddenly they're the woman people assume spends a fortune on her wardrobe. This combination speaks a language of quiet luxury, the kind old money has whispered for generations. Calm, grounded, never trying too hard because it doesn't have to. Choose matte fabrics, wool, cashmere, soft cotton, and let the color do the work, instead of leaning on shine. We don't need to shout to be noticed, we just need to know which colors are already working in our favor. And this pairing is one of the most forgiving, most flattering foundations you'll ever build a wardrobe around. But if you thought navy and camel were elegant, wait until you feel what happens when we bring a little fire into the mix, because our next combination is about to show you exactly how bold can still look breathtakingly refined. The number 2 color combination on our list is the one that lets you wear boldness without ever looking like you're trying too hard. And the combination is burgundy and charcoal gray. You've probably avoided red for years now, telling yourself it's too much, too loud, too young for where you are. But that's because you were thinking of the wrong red. Burgundy is red that's grown up, deepened, matured into something richer, and it does the exact opposite of what bright red does to softened, aging skin. It warms you instead of overwhelming you. Pair it with charcoal gray, and you've created something I genuinely believe every woman over 50 should have in her closet. A combination that feels commanding without ever feeling harsh. Charcoal grounds burgundy's warmth, keeps it from tipping into anything overly dramatic, and together they create depth, the kind of depth that makes people look twice without knowing exactly why. This isn't a color for hiding, it's a color for women who are done shrinking themselves down to feel acceptable. We carry decades of wisdom, decades of living fully, and we deserve colors that reflect that richness instead of colors that ask us to fade quietly into the background. Try a burgundy sweater with charcoal trousers for daytime, or let burgundy take center stage in satin or velvet for an evening that calls for a little more drama. Just stay away from anything muddy or brownish. That's not burgundy, that's dated. What you want is clarity, a wine-rich depth, that catches the light. But if burgundy feels bold, wait until you see what happens when we introduce a jewel tone so radiant it practically glows against silver hair. Because our next combination might just be the most luminous one yet. The number 3 color combination on our list is the one that makes your eyes look brighter and your whole face comes alive the second you put it on. And the combination is emerald green and ivory. There's a reason emerald has been treasured for centuries. It's one of the rare colors that flatters nearly every skin tone, every eye color, every undertone you could have. And on softened, mature skin, it does something almost magnetic. It adds life back into features that time has quietly muted. Pair it with ivory instead of stark white, and you soften the whole look even further. Ivory doesn't shock the way pure white can. It eases into your complexion instead of competing with it. I've noticed this pairing works especially beautifully if you have silver, gray, or even cool blonde hair. The contrast against emerald is nothing short of stunning. Your hair almost seems to shine brighter simply because emerald is sitting near it. This isn't just a color choice, it's a quiet signal of renewal, of vibrancy, of a woman who still feels deeply alive no matter what year is on her birth certificate. We spend so much of our lives being told to fade into muted, forgettable tones as we age, and emerald refuses that story entirely. It insists on being seen. Try an emerald blouse with ivory trousers for elegant daytime wear, or let emerald take the spotlight in a dress with gold jewelry for evening richness. Just be careful not to pair it with anything neon or overly saturated that competes with emerald instead of complementing it, and suddenly the elegance disappears. But if emerald feels vibrant, wait until you feel how tender the next combination is, because number 4 might just be the softest, most romantic pairing on this entire list. The number 4 color combination on our list is the one that brings back a softness you may have forgotten you were even missing. And the combination is blush pink and soft gray. There's a tenderness to blush that most of us stopped wearing somewhere along the way. Maybe because we thought pink belonged to someone younger, someone softer, someone who hadn't lived through everything you've lived through. But that's exactly backwards. Blush pink on mature skin does something extraordinary. It restores a glow that life may have quietly dimmed, warming the face and softening lines in a way no harsh color ever could. Pair it with soft gray, and suddenly the sweetness gains structure. Gray keeps blush from feeling delicate or unfinished. It grounds the tenderness so the whole look reads intentional, elegant, never childish. I've watched women hesitate over pink for years, worried it would look try-hard or overly sentimental, only to put it on with the right gray anchor and feel something shift in how they carried themselves. This pairing isn't about looking soft. It's about remembering that softness and strength were never opposites. They were always meant to sit side by side. We deserve colors that let us feel approachable and warm without asking us to give up an ounce of our composure. And this combination gives you exactly that. Try a blush sweater with soft gray trousers, or let a blush dress carry the moment with gray accessories quietly supporting it. Just keep black away from your face when you wear this. It dulls the pink instead of elevating it. But if blush feels gentle, wait until you see how crisp and expensive the next combination looks, because number 5 might be the cleanest, most polished pairing yet. The number 5 color combination on our list is the one that makes an outfit look expensive before anyone even notices the details, and the combination is white and camel. White carries a kind of confidence most colors can't touch. It says precision, it says clarity, it says a woman who knows exactly who she is and doesn't need to prove it with anything loud. But worn alone, white can sometimes feel a little cold, a little clinical, especially against softened, mature skin that craves warmth more than it used to. That's where the camel steps in. The camel wraps around white's crispness and gives it life, warming the whole look without stealing a single bit of that clean, polished feeling white brings to the table. I've noticed this pairing works almost like magic. If your hair has softened into silver or gray, the white brightens everything around your face, while the camel keeps you from looking washed out or flat. There's something quietly powerful about this combination. It doesn't shout for attention, it simply commands it. the way luxury brands have understood for decades that true elegance rarely needs to try hard at all. We often think looking expensive requires more color, more accessories, more embellishment. But this pairing proves the opposite. Less becomes everything when the two pieces you choose are exactly right. Try a crisp white blazer over a camel sweater, or a white blouse tucked into camel trousers for an effortless, elevated daytime look. Just keep your white bright and your camel free of any dull or grayish undertone, because tired fabric ruins this pairing instantly. But if white and camel feel clean, wait until you see the next combination, because number 6 brings a rich, cozy warmth that feels like your favorite winter coat comes to life. The number 6 color combination on our list is the one that feels like wrapping yourself in warmth the moment you put it on, and the combination is chocolate brown and cream. Brown has quietly become one of the most underrated colors in a mature woman's wardrobe, overlooked for years while black and navy took center stage. And yet chocolate brown does something for aging skin that few colors can match. It flatters nearly every undertone with a richness that feels grounding instead of heavy. You've probably worn brown before and felt it fall flat, a little dull, a little forgettable, but that's likely because it was worn without the right partner. Pair chocolate brown with cream and everything changes. Cream lifts the richness, keeps it from ever feeling dense or overwhelming, and suddenly what felt plain becomes layered, intentional, quietly luxurious. I've come to believe this is one of the most forgiving combinations a woman over 50 can wear, because it doesn't demand anything from your undertone the way cooler colors sometimes do. It simply meets you where you are and adds warmth back into the picture. There's a reason cashmere and suede in this exact palette have been staples in classic tailoring for generations. Chocolate and cream together read as old-world richness, the kind of styling that whispers wealth rather than announcing it. We often chase brightness when we want to look expensive, but real richness sometimes lives in the deepest, warmest tones instead. The ones that make you look like you stepped out of a beautifully lit photograph rather than harsh daylight. Try a chocolate sweater with cream trousers for a soft, elevated daytime look, or a chocolate coat over a cream blouse for something that feels effortlessly put together the moment you walk out the door. Just be mindful of pairing this with cool, icy grays nearby your face. They clash with brown's natural warmth and flatten the entire effect instead of enhancing it. But if chocolate and cream felt like comfort, wait until you see what happens when we bring back a power color in the softest, most unexpected way. Because number 7 is the pairing I promised you at the very beginning, and it might just be the most striking combination on this entire list. The number 7 color combination on our list is the one I promised you at the very start of this video, the pairing so striking it might just be the most unexpected combination on this entire list. And it's navy and blush pink. You already know navy from earlier, that quiet, commanding authority it brings to every outfit, but you've likely never thought to place it beside something as tender as blush, because on the surface, they feel like they belong to two completely different women. And yet that's exactly why this pairing works so powerfully. It takes the strength of navy and softens it just enough to reveal something most women over 50 forget they're allowed to show: that you can be commanding and warm in the very same breath. Blush lifts navy's seriousness, brings a gentle glow to the face, while navy keeps blush from ever feeling too delicate or unfinished. The two, together, create a kind of balance that feels almost like looking at yourself fully for the first time in years. Strong and soft, powerful and approachable, all at once. I've watched women put this combination on and visibly stand a little taller, because it doesn't ask them to choose between being respected and being warm. It simply gives them both. We spend so much of our lives believing we have to pick one version of ourselves to present to the world, the strong one or the gentle one, and this pairing quietly insists we never had to choose at all. Try a navy dress with blush pink accessories, a scarf, a bag, delicate jewelry, or flip it entirely with a blush blouse tucked into navy trousers for something unexpectedly elegant. Just keep busy patterns and heavy black away from this pairing. Simplicity is what makes the contrast feel intentional rather than accidental. But if this feels like the most striking combination yet, brace yourself, because our eighth and final combination is about to turn heads in a way none of the others have. The true showstopper of this entire list is coming next, and you will not want to miss it. The number 8 color combination on our list is the one we've been building toward this entire time, the true showstopper, and it's deep teal paired with champagne gold. Teal is one of those rare jewel tones that seems to flatter almost every woman who wears it, regardless of undertone, regardless of hair color, because it sits perfectly between blue and green, cool enough to soothe, rich enough to command the room the second you walk into it. On its own, teal already feels luxurious, but pair it with champagne gold, and you've created something that doesn't just flatter you, it genuinely turns heads. The warm metallic shimmer of gold catching the light against teal's depth in a way that feels celebratory without ever tipping into costume-like or overdone. I've seen this exact pairing stop conversations in a room, not because it's loud, but because it carries an unmistakable confidence. The kind that says this woman knows precisely who she is and isn't asking for permission to be seen. If your hair has softened into silver or gray, this combination becomes even more breathtaking. Teal deepens against it, while gold warms your whole complexion, creating a contrast that reads as vibrant, alive, and completely ageless. We have spent this entire video learning that color is never just decoration. It's a language, a quiet form of self-respect. And this final pairing is the loudest, proudest sentence in that language, the one that says, you are still here, still radiant, still absolutely worth turning around for. Try a teal blouse or dress with gold jewelry for an evening that calls for real presence, or bring in gold accessories, earrings, a delicate necklace, to elevate teal for a special daytime occasion. Just be sure your gold pieces feel substantial rather than cheap-looking costume metal, because the wrong gold can undercut everything this pairing is trying to say. This is the combination that closes out our list, not because it's the easiest to wear, but because it's the boldest reminder that elegance was never about disappearing quietly with age. It was always about choosing, again and again, to be fully and unapologetically seen. So there you have it. 8 color combinations that don't just flatter you, they announce you, quietly, powerfully, unmistakably. We've learned that elegance was never about age, it was always about intention, about knowing which colors speak for you before you even say a word. Choose the pairing that feels like it was written just for you. Wear it with your whole chest, and let people wonder what your secret is. If this video helped you see yourself a little differently today, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the next video, helping you feel exactly as radiant as you are. Now tell me in the comments, which combination are you trying first?